Tonight on Global TV News Prime, President Tinubu seeks better funding for Nigeria's space program. In business, United Nations Economic Commission for Africa warns of worsening debt distress across the continent, urges financial system reforms. On the foreign scene, Berlin hosts Europe's defense minister after Vladimir Putin hails new missile. And in sports, Barcelona to extend Robert Lewandowski's deal put Haaland, Gyökeres pursuit on hold. A very good evening to you and welcome to all of our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Akmofeyi. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nightcomsat. Tonight, let's begin by telling you President Bola Tinubu has called on the legislature to prioritize increased funding and reforms for the nation's space program. Tinubu made the call when he declared open the 25th anniversary of the National Space Research and Development Agency at the State House in Abuja. He emphasized the role of a well-funded and empowered space sector in driving Nigeria's development and ensuring the nation remains a leader in Africa's space industry. Represented by Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji, the president also highlighted the need for enhanced support to solidify Nigeria's position in the fourth industrial revolution and foster greater international engagement in space exploration. The air component of Operation Hardin K has destroyed a terrorist food depot and killed several insurgents during airstrikes on their enclave at Jubilaram in the Tombuns area of Lake Chad Basin. The Nigeria Air Force Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Olushola Akinboyewa, made the revelation in a statement issued in Abuja. Akinboyewa said the Nigeria Air Force's aircraft carried out their operation on November 23 at a strategic location identified through meticulous intelligence efforts. Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Didi Walsin-Jack, says the investigation launched by the federal government to identify civil servants still receiving salaries after relocating abroad is ongoing. Walsin-Jack made the statement at an event in Abuja marking her 100 days in office and a review of her tenure in the civil service. While denying claims that the process has been abandoned, the head of service stressed that the government remains committed to ensuring those who have moved abroad in search of better opportunities are no longer benefiting from the system. This comes 5 months after President Bola Tinubu had ordered that civil servants who continue to receive government salaries after relocating overseas must refund the money. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has called for urgent collaborative and collective action to combat gender-based violence as the country joins the global community to commemorate the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. The First Lady, in a statement, described gender-based violence as one of the most pervasive human rights violations, affecting nearly 1 in 3 women worldwide. She emphasized the need for a collective action across all sectors of society, urging a timely prosecution of perpetrators and increased support for victims and survivors. Director General of the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, Dr. Temitope Ilori, says no fewer than 1.6 million out of the 2 million people living with HIV in Nigeria are currently receiving treatment. Ilori made this declaration at a press conference in Abuja ahead of the 2024 World AIDS Day. She also explained that this year's commemoration would place special emphasis on stopping AIDS among children and raising awareness about the sustainability and ownership of the HIV response. Now let's turn to Lagos State tonight, where the government has commended Supreme Court's decision over lottery regulations in Nigeria. The state government, in a statement by Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, says the judgment remains a historic victory for the rule of law, federalism, and the constitutional rights of states. Omotosho says the Supreme Court's decision is a significant affirmation that the regulation of lotteries and gaming is a residual matter falling squarely within the purview of state governments. He added that the judgment reinforces the principles of true federalism, empowering states to chart their path for effective regulation. In a landmark move to boost tourism and hospitality industry, Imo State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Hilton Group with the aim of repositioning the state as a destination for both business and leisure. At the signing of the MOU in Owerri, the state capital, Governor Hope Uzodinma said Hilton Group will manage Concord Hotel for the next 25 years, which formed part of the agreement. Here is Amarachi Ibe's report.
The ongoing renovation of Concord Hotel was first inspected by Governor Hope Uzodinma and the Hilton Group to ascertain the level of work. The governor highlighted that the partnership with the Hilton Group would elevate Concord Hotel into international standard and will further boost the tourism potentials of Imo State.
I think we must encourage the inflow of people, traffic to this place. What is more? If Hilton is operating this hotel, it brings Imo State name to the world map. It means that using the Hilton honors, you can reside, you can do business. It also means that you can sit in any part of the world and make reservation using the facilities of Hilton Group. I don't think there is any better hotel chain, that can manage this hotel better than Hilton.
Governor Hope Uzodinma also said that the funding of the project was solely by the state government, which he said would cost an initial budget of 18 billion naira, with no plans to borrow funds for its execution.
The contract for the full rehabilitation of the hotel to record engineering to the tune of slightly above 18 billion naira. It is our hope that they will conclude the project within record time. Our initial contract period was to be 12 months. But today they've confirmed to me that they will finish in 9 months.
The Senior Director of Development for Europe, the Middle East and Africa at the Hilton said the group was honored to collaborate with the Imo State government and look forward to lasting relationship with the Imo State government.
It's an honor to be able to have this opportunity to bring our world-renowned brand to Owerri. We are very much looking forward to a long-lasting, successful business relationship. Thank you. We're honored.
The event culminated in signing of the Memorandum of Understanding at the Government House, marking a significant milestone for the project. It is hoped that this new development will put Concord Hotel on track to becoming a world-class facility, reinforcing Imo State's position as a hub for tourism and hospitality in Nigeria. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Let's stay a little while in Imo State now, where the federal government says it is taking comprehensive steps to end insecurity in the southeast region. Minister of Defense Mohammed Badaru disclosed this in Imo State's government house when he paid a courtesy visit to Governor Hope Uzodinma. Again, here's our correspondent Amarachi Ibe's report.
The visit came shortly after a high-level security meeting held in Enugu, where leaders discussed strategies to address regional security challenges. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badru Abubakar, said,
"We had meeting with his support in Enugu with all the security stakeholders, that is the youth group, the chiefs, and the CSOs, all from the southeast, and we have robust discussions, and they have contributed very well on how we can improve security in the southeast."
Addressing pressmen after the visit, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma said, with the latest development, insecurity would be minimized in the zone.
I think we are coming almost to the end of the tunnel, and we will soon see light. The thing about insurgency, kidnapping, and all manner of criminalities in the southeast will soon become a thing of the past. As for the Uletide, our people, the security agencies here, they are prepared. and are well equipped.
On his part, the General Officer commanding 82 Division Enugu, Major General Hassan Dada, called on the misled youths in the southeast to give up their arms and embrace peace.
We make sure that the youth are just the way it took place last year, that you will be without crime or minimal level of crime within this festive period. And for all the youths think that have been misled one way or the other with the latest development, they should please come forward, give up their arms and allow peace to reign in the land. And we are there to support them. We will engage them and see how they can be useful to their own lives and make the society grow.
The visit by the Defense Minister signals renowned efforts to tackle insecurity in the southeast, as residents hope that this engagement will yield lasting peace and improve safety. From Government House, Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Thank you, Amarachi Ibe, for your reporting tonight. The police operatives in Katsina State have successfully rescued 14 passengers from kidnapping by bandits in Danarau village in Magama, Jibia, in Jibia local government area. The police spokesperson at the command, ASP Abubakar Aliyu, stated this in a statement. He said the incident occurred on Sunday, explaining further that suspected armed bandits had attacked 2 commercial vehicles on the road with the intent of abducting the occupants. Aliyu, however, revealed that 2 rescued victims suffered gunshot injuries and were rushed to the hospital for immediate medical attention, noting that efforts were ongoing to apprehend the fleeing suspects as the investigation proceeds. And still on security matters, troops of Sector 3 under the Multinational Joint Task Force have successfully executed a decisive operation against Boko Haram and Islamic State in West African province terrorists in Kukawa and Mangono local government areas of Borno State. The operation, which resulted in the elimination of several terrorists and the recovery of critical assets, took place in northern Borno. Mangono is located about 137.9 kilometers from Maiduguri, while Kukawa lies 187.3 kilometers away. Chief Military Information Officer at the Multinational Joint Task Force headquarters in N'Djamena, Chad, Lieutenant Colonel Olani Osoba, detailed the success of the mission. In a related development, the Northeast Chairman of Hunters and Vigilantes, Malam Yohana, and his team have also thwarted a terrorist attack on Debiro village in Biu local government area as the terrorists retreated upon sighting the patrol vehicle of the Hunters and Vigilantes, who responded promptly to Adris's call for the community. Nigerians have expressed concern over a weight gain pap for babies being sold by a TikTok user, urging the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to probe the product. The controversy began after some X.com users raised alarm over the safety of the product, which is marketed as an organic solution to help babies gain weight. In a post on X.com, popular Nigerian health influencer Dr. Chinonso Egemba, better known as Aproko Doctor, urged NAFDAC to take immediate action. Let's turn to a different development tonight. Kaduna State Police Command says it has arrested no fewer than 523 suspects for various criminal offenses across the state between October and November 2024. The Commissioner of Police, Ibrahim Abdullahi, disclosed these during a press briefing at the Commission's headquarters in the state capital. Abdullahi stated that the arrests were made for crimes including kidnapping, cattle rustling, phone snatching, and rape. He also revealed that several arms and ammunition were recovered, including 5 AK-47 rifles, 2 pistols, and 1 submachine gun. Highlighting the command's achievements, he said 102 kidnapped victims were rescued during recent operations. Quite some remarkable success stories there. You're watching the live broadcast of News Prime on Global Television, coming to you from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When News Prime returns tonight, Agricultural Development Fund champions tech skills to boost food security, youth empowerment. We have those details as well as foreign and sports stories for you. When we return after this short break, please do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us here on News Prime. Let's turn to business. Nigeria's economy has recorded a 3.46% year-on-year growth in gross domestic product during the third quarter of 2024. This was revealed in the latest GDP report from the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS. The Bureau says the growth represents an improvement over the 2.54% recorded in the same period last year and a slight rise from 3.19% in the preceding quarter, noting that the growth was largely driven by the oil sector as well as continued expansion in non-oil activities, particularly services and agriculture. The National Agricultural Development Fund has called for a stronger emphasis on skills acquisition in the agri-tech sector to enhance agricultural productivity and create employment opportunities for Nigerian youth. Speaking at a stakeholders roundtable on Nigerian youth development organized by the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation in Abuja, the foundation's executive secretary Mohammed Ibrahim underscored the importance of merging agricultural knowledge with emerging technologies to prepare youth for the future workforce and address food security challenges. The United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, ECA, has raised the alarm over the state of debt across the continent, revealing that 40% of African nations are either in debt distress or high risk. Speaking at the ongoing 2024 African Economic Conference in Botswana, Hanan Mercy, Deputy Executive Secretary and Chief Economist at the ECA, noted that most of these nations are allocating more resources to debt interest payments rather than to critical development sectors. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, has insisted that from January 2025, the Nigerian government will not approve any international airlines flight schedules who have not engaged local caterer services for their outbound flights. Keyamo disclosed this in an interview where he explained that the move is to revamp the aviation sector to meet up with the President Bola Tinubu's $1 trillion economy. His comments come amid controversy over his directive on October 15, 2024, that foreign airlines should patronize local caterers for outbound flights. Keyamo also said the country will retain close to $1 billion in annual revenue for outbound meals by foreign airlines if the directive is implemented. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Oil, Hanikin Lokobiri, alongside industry leaders and the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, Mele Kyari, is set to discuss advancing Nigerian content implementation, addressing security and industry challenges, as well as capitalizing on emerging opportunities at the 2024 Practical Nigerian Content Forum. The 4-day event, scheduled for December 2nd to 5th, 2024 at the Nigerian Content Tower in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State, is expected to attract over 750 delegates, including 50 industry experts, policymakers, and regulators from across the globe. Now let's turn to the foreign scene for you. The United States Senator Lindsey Graham has threatened to impose sanctions on allied nations like Canada, Britain, Germany, and France if they enforce the International Criminal Court (ICC) arrest warrants against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. These warrants were issued about alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity in Gaza. Graham's statement was made in response to the ICC's decision and reflects a strong stance against supporting the court's actions. Israel's military offensive on Gaza, launched after a cross-border attack by Hamas in October, has resulted in over 44,000 deaths, mostly women and children, and left more than 104,000 injured. Defense ministers from Germany, France, Poland, Italy, and the United Kingdom are set to meet in Berlin to discuss measures to strengthen security and defense in Europe. Russia's targeting of Ukraine with a new medium-range missile thought to have implications for all of Europe is likely to play a major role during discussions. Donald Trump, set to be inaugurated on January 20, has demanded that Europe invest significantly more money in its own security and is expected to cut military aid to Ukraine. Following recent approval from Washington, Ukraine has begun using U.S.-made missiles and British Storm Shadow cruise missiles to target military sites in Russia. In sports, Matteo Berrettini has produced a superb display to give Davis Cup holders Italy a 1-0 lead on the Netherlands in Sunday's final, defeating Baltic Van de Zandschulp 6-4, 6-2. The world number 35 edged the first set but hit his peak in the second and left the Dutchman no chance in Malaga, winning in 76 minutes. Berrettini, who came to support Italy as they ended a 47-year wait for the trophy in 2023 as he missed out with an ankle injury, has been crucial in their Davis Cup defense. The 28-year-old paired up with Sinner to help Italy triumph in a doubles disaster against Argentina in the last 8 before winning his semi-final singles rubber against Thanasi Kokkinakis. Let's talk football now. Barcelona are reportedly set to extend Robert Lewandowski's tenure at the club, potentially affecting their pursuit of star forwards Erling Haaland and Victor Gyökeres. The 36-year-old Polish striker's current contract is due to expire next summer. Reports say the Catalan giants are likely to activate a clause that would keep him at the club for an additional year, with discussions of extending his deal until 2027. Also under consideration, Lewandowski has been in sensational form this season, netting 20 goals in 18 appearances. As we end Global TV News Prime tonight, a quick look at some of our top stories for you. President Bola Tinubu has called on the legislature to prioritize increased funding and reforms for the nation's space program. In business, the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa, ECA, has raised the alarm over the state of debt across the continent. On a foreign scene, defense ministers from Germany, France, Poland, Italy, and the United Kingdom are set to meet in Berlin to discuss measures to strengthen security and defense across Europe. And finally, in sports, we told you Barcelona are reportedly set to extend Robert Lewandowski's tenure at the club, potentially affecting their pursuit of star forwards Erling Haaland and Victor Gyökeres. And that was it on News Prime tonight, and it came to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, Star Times 276, and free to air on Nightcomsat. Kindly follow us across all of our social media platforms using the handle at Global TV NG and other handles as you now see showing on your screen. I'm Wiyagumo Fwebe. On behalf of the entire production team here in Global Television's world headquarters in Abuja, Nigeria's capital, we say thank you for your time and we will see you again.